Hello. Do you or have you ever needed to remove the background from a photo or an image of any type? Guess what? You can do that in one click in Canva Pro, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. Let's get started. Okay, so like I said, at some point you've probably needed to remove the background or wish that you could remove the background from a photo or an image of some sort, but you didn't know how to do it, or you couldn't afford to hire somebody to do it. You know, there are people out there who do these things for us. Or maybe you couldn't afford the mega expensive graphic software or photo software that is required normally to do this kind of thing. I got you covered. Turns out in Canva Pro, you can do this, and it is literally one click. It is the easiest thing you've ever seen. And I say that as somebody who has many times had to excruciatingly go through and clean up the background and stuff, like sometimes pixel by pixel. I mean, the amount of time I've spent on this kind of stuff, and now you can just poof and get it done. It's magic as far as I'm concerned. And it is the kind of thing that is incredibly valuable when it comes to your social media. If you're doing any kind of giveaways, or you're doing any kinds of merch of any sort, right? You know, you've got an image, you've got a photograph that you really want to use, but something's not right in the background, or you want to swap out the background for something. This makes your life so much easier. And it's really super easy. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we can talk about some different ways to use it, although I just kind of hit on those because I'm excited by this. All right, so let me get everything switched over so that we can dive in. I'm going to be... So the one thing here, the one caveat that I do want to make very clear is that this is a Canva Pro feature. It's not that there's a way around that, but if you have a specific project that you need to do this for, my apologies, it's allergy season. If you have a specific project that you want to do this for, and you can't afford to pay for Canva every month, there's a couple ways that you can still do this perfectly legitimately. They'll be totally fine with it, and you'll get done what you need to do. So we'll talk about that near the end. All right, so we've got this. So I'm going to switch over. I'm got to relabel these. Okay, so what we're looking at here is the Canva app. Now this works exactly the same way in Canva in the browser. I just, for this particular device, I have the app, so I figured why not use it this time. We used the browser version last time, we'll use the app this time. Okay, so I forgot about the closed captioning, so let me see if I can move that really quick because it's in the way. Position. Oh, I don't want to have to take it down. Don't make me take it down. Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to take it down. I apologize. I normally would like to leave that up, but and I will bring it back up. But so let me explain what I'm gonna do. I gotta take the captioning down to do it, to show you, and then I can put it back up. I'm pretty sure. So underneath the captioning, which side is it on? I had to think about it for a second. Oh well. Underneath the captioning, there is a button that says Create Design, and that's what we're going to go and do. So I'm going to turn off the captioning so I can show you that. And like I said, hopefully we'll be able to come back to the captioning. Okay, so right here, you see this little button up in the upper right that says Create Design. So you can click on that. And there's a bunch of different options here because they've got a ton of different templates that you can use. However, what you really are looking for, if you're just looking to edit a photo or an image, it says photo, but an image file is fine too. You're going to come down here to where it says Edit Photo, and you're going to click on that. Okay, and then you're going to come in here and find your image. Orphan, what are you doing? He's been quiet all day. Now he's been all kinds of animated and noisy. So here's my sample photo, and I bring it in, and it automatically uploads it for you, so it's even saving you that step. Okay, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to just edit this photo? Here, we turn these back on for a minute. So it's asking you, do you want to just edit this photo, or do you want to use this photo in a design? And because we're talking about removing backgrounds, we're going to edit the photo. Isn't this cute? If I hadn't chopped off her nose here, this would be so close to a perfect photo for me, because this is Murphy's girlfriend Ruby, and there's Murphy in the background being distracted by something, like he always is. All right, so if you have ever in your life done any kind of editing like this, you will know that removing the background from something like this can be incredibly difficult. That's why people use like green screens and all that. Like if you're planning ahead, if you know that like you're taking a product shot and you're going to want a transparent background, 99.9% of the time you're going to shoot that, or you're going to have your photographer shoot that against a very generic background, a simple image, a simple color that would be easy to remove, right? Hang on, I'm sorry, but I have to stop him from doing this. Thank you. Okay. Because that way it makes it much easier. When you start to talk about a complicated photo like this, right, where you've got different colors and you've got different shading and all these little details in here, this is a kind of intimidating project for somebody who has not done this kind of work before. And as somebody who's done this kind of work before, this is the kind of project, well, not intimidating for me, but I know how much time this is going to take. However, not now. Okay, so I brought this in. All I have to do is click on the image, and that's going to give me up at the top here all of these different menu options. What you need is the effects. And the very top effects, I'm assuming at some point this will get moved down, but right now it's right here at the top because this is like the thing. Everybody's all excited about this for reasons. And that is, it's the background remover, right? So it's, right, background remover, remove the background of your image with just one click. Okay, I put the just in, but still, so that's it. Okay, so we've got it's selected. I'm going to come here and it's going to do this for me. Now watch, because this is truly magic. Now it does take a half a second or so, but it's going through and it's doing all kinds of very complex calculations to try to figure out what I might have wanted. And poof, there we go. We have Ruby. So at this point, you could just take this and bring it down. Now, it has removed the background, right? We just have a picture of Ruby. What we don't have is a transparent background, but that's okay. There's other ways to get to that. So at this point, what you have is a lovely, let me go back here. Nope, not that one, this one. You have a lovely image, right, that has removed all that complicated background that was back there. And it is just a lovely picture of our Ruby girl. So what we're going to do is download this. And there's a couple of different ways that you can take this. Like in many cases, this is all you're going to need, right? You just needed this so that it was nice and clean. If you want to take this to the next level and get a transparent background, right now, it doesn't happen inside Canva. I'm sure they're working on that, but I will show you how to do that real quick so that you have options. And then we're going to come back in here because there's actually this extra feature, which is really, really cool. But let me just show you, using one of my other favorite tools, how you can go in and get this to be a transparent picture. A transparent background, I should say. Okay, one sec, and I'm going to put it in here, and we're going to call it because it's not something we're going to keep. Okay, so now it's been downloaded, right? So this nice image, right, that does not have the photo, or it does not have all that complicated background, right? So, you know what my other favorite tool is pretty much anything from TechSmith. In particular, we're going to use the Snagit editor. Now that just comes with Snagit, and what you're going to do is come in here, whoopsie, and you're going to do new image. Yeah, whatever, it'll adjust the size so you don't really have to worry about it. And then what I do, because hey, I'm a fan of drag and drop, is I come back in here and I take the picture and I drag it there. Okay, and there it goes. So now we have our no background picture of Ruby Girl. To make this transparent using this tool, which is incredibly cheap, and I did not put the link for this in because I just thought of this on the fly. I was like, oh, we can take this to the next level really easily. So I will put the link for this in the descriptions after the show. So you can come in here and you select the fill tool, and then you're going to come over here. I'm going to show you the way to do it. I've already got it pre-selected because I do this a lot. But you come over to the fill, and now there's, like I said, you could go in and you could pick like a funky color that's not a part of her and do it that way. But in this tool, you can actually pick transparency as your fill and click it. Give it a second, and it should fill it in. Oh, come on, don't fail on me now. You always work. To be honest, this laptop is a little unhappy for some reason at the moment. Why is this not working? This always works. Like, I literally just did this yesterday. Is it... Well, that's going to make a liar out of me. Okay, I guess we'll have to go to plan B. This always works. I don't know why it's failing on me. Well, I do know why it's failing on me. This is live. And when you do live streaming, stuff breaks. That's just how it goes. I swear I do not understand. All right, I have to just figure this out real quick for a second. So if I take this and I do that, or did it do it and I didn't notice it? Usually you see the background. Okay, and fill. Yeah, I'm assuming it's this machine. It's not happy at the moment. Okay. It's still worth doing, right? Okay, so let's be adventurous. Because there's actually... Oh, see, I'm telling you. I knew today was going to be one of those days, and it was. That's okay. We roll with it around here. So there are other tools, and hopefully this should work because it doesn't rely on this poor little machine that's so unhappy. There are... I'm sorry, I can't type and talk tonight. There are tools on the web where you can actually go and do this kind of stuff for free. So I will show you how to do that. Let's go back here. So, when plan A fails, you go to plan B. Like I said, just as a disclaimer, what just failed here was not Snagit's fault. It's not TechSystem's fault. There's something wrong with this particular this machine. I think I need to re-image it. I think it's time. Jason said your laptop had a random Windows update the other day. It was during a critical moment. Of course, right? I mean, that's just how this goes. But yeah, this machine has been a little wonky, to be honest. I probably shouldn't have used it, but I don't have the other software on my main computer, so I was like, well, this is what I'm going to have to use. So I'm in the process of setting up a replacement backup computer, so that's where we're going to go from now on. But hey, this is all part of the process. And here, now I get to show you another way to do this. Because there's always another way. That's my point, right? That's really the underlying theme of my whole existence is, yes, there's a solution. Yes, we can do it free or cheap. And yes, there's always a plan B. Okay, so this is a site called remove.bg, remove background. So it's another way to go if you just want to do that and get a transparent image. So let me do it. The reason I don't go here... Well, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to go and get the image that I just cleaned the background out of, right? And here it's showing you that, so this is the original, right, that had the white background. You see these little boxes? These little boxes are what lets you know that this will be a transparency, right? So we're going to do this. We're going to download it. I'm guessing if I say download high def, it's going to say I have to pay for it. Yes. Okay. So we're not going to do high def. That's okay. We don't really need high def for what we're doing. So we give it a second and it's going to download that. Okay. And then just to show you what that all means, I have my Affinity Designer. Now, you don't need this. I'm just doing this as an example. And we're just real quick. We're going to draw a couple of shapes just so you can get a sense of what it is I am going on about here. Okay, so we got a nice red square there, and we'll do that, and let's change the color. We'll make it, ooh, that's a muddy color. Now let's make it a brighter color. There we go. Okay, so I've got these two. Let's say I'm working on an artsy piece, right? I can actually bring me up here, can't I? No, I keep bringing up the wrong one. There we go. Okay, so I've just, thrown them together. I'm letting my... my graphic designer days come back here, right? So I've got these two images, and I'm like, okay, so now I want to put Ruby Girl on this image. So what I'm going to do, you could just import it, but again, I'm a fan of drag and drop. Ever since they gave us that, I'm like, I want it. Oh, wait, it did not download to where I thought it downloaded. Where did you download that to, silly thing? Show all. Show in folder. Okay, that works. You didn't put it where I wanted it, but that's okay. That's my fault. All right, so you take this, And you drag it here, and look, looky look. Okay, now you normally wouldn't go bigger, but we will because we're mucking around here. But you see what this has done is it's given us, let me get my stylus back here. It's given us a version of Ruby that is transparent, right? So we can take this and we can move stuff around. I could put, this behind her instead. We could do sort of a half and half thing. We can play with it however we want. The point is, it's transparent. You could do whatever you want with it. The background is totally yours to play with. And it was super easy to do. Now, you're like, but Kath, if that website exists, why would I use Canva? Let me show you the extra thing that you can do in Canva that I have not seen anywhere else done this easily. Okay, so let me bring this back up. All right, so we're back here, right? So this is the picture that we had the image of the two of them out in the grass with the fence in the back, right? And we took everything out, but, Murphy's gone now, and we want Murphy to be there. So, oops. When we come in here, I don't know if you noticed before, it's going to try to take the background out again, but that's okay. No, there we go. Hopefully I didn't just... So you see there's these two little brushes over here. One is an erase and one is a restore. If you click on the restore, now I may have just messed it up. We may have to start over from the beginning. Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's go back. We'll do this from the beginning. Actually, you know what? We're going to go all the way back to the beginning. Okay, so we're going to go back in. We're going to create design. We're going to edit photo. I'm going to go and get my photo. Now it's actually already uploaded, but I'm just going through the process again. Okay, it's uploaded it. So again, just to remind you, this is where we started, right? We've got the two cute puppies, the background, the grass, the chair, the whole thing. So we're going to say edit photo. Okay, you click on the photo and you hit effects and you say background remover and you let it do its thing. After it's done, there's this little extra erase and restore. Now, erase we don't need because erase is already there. Although maybe, if there was a little stray piece someplace, we could use that. This is where the magic was for me. Because you come in with the restore, right? And you can adjust your brush size and all that kind of stuff. But I can come in here because I remember that Murphy was over here. I can make a little Murphy cloud. Right? So let's say that I was going to do like, a little meme of true love or something because they're so flippin' cute together. Right? So I could do this. It's still got a transparent background on it. Wait, actually, it does have a transparent background on it. But then I could use this, bring it into another piece of art, and I could do like a little thought bubble with the two of them, right? Or let's say, I wanted the grass for some reason down here because of the meme I was building or the social media post I was going to do. So you can get really specific with the areas that are transparent in this. But, adjust it however you want, or you can just go the simple route and just let it take the most prominent thing in the image and go with it that way. So either way, it's yours to use, and then that's it. I mean, you're done. You just come up here and you say done, and there you go. Oh, that's interesting. So it doesn't, Whoops. What did I do there? I just want to do that again, because now I'm like, that's interesting, because it actually shows up as transparent. So I wonder if they're getting closer to it. And we're going to do this again. Whee! As you can tell, I spent a lot of time doodling around in this because it's just such fun. And I did kind of like the grass down here. That was another last minute call. Right? Because, if you think about it, if I was, a dog groomer or I was selling dog products, I could put them around in the other area. But this is what's funny is that, you do see the transparency. So I think we're getting closer to that on there. And then you say done. And then you've got this cute little thing that you can then do whatever you want with, right? You could turn this into a meme. You could put text here. You could put products around here. You could do a lot of kind of stuff. So let's talk about how you would use this kind of thing. You could use this, if you are on TikTok, you could use this, how people do that thing with the hand and then they got the image on it or an image behind them. You can use this kind of tool to go in and change things around, remove stuff that you don't want people to be distracted by or you don't want a part of whatever it is that you're working on. You could use this to create products that you're going to give away, notepads or mouse pads, mugs, that kind of stuff. You can use it on all the social medias, right? I mean, anything that you're going to do. You can do it for your marketing, right? Your promotion kind of stuff. Or maybe you do have somebody that is doing videos for you or, graphic content for you, and they've asked for, an image that doesn't have a background in it that you don't have. Well, you could send them the whole thing, but then they're going to charge you more for it. Whereas you could do it this way, and then you could just give them what they asked for and save that money that they would have charged for that kind of cleanup and put that towards whatever project you're running. So, I mean, this is the kind of thing that the more you start to use it, the more you start to realize how much fun it is. Frankly, it's also a lot of fun just to build, memes and GIFs and that kind of stuff too, because you have such control over it, right? Or, maybe you just have a photo that you don't like one part of. You can go in and take it out with this kind of a thing. So there's a lot of flexibility in this. The only trick to it is that you just have to go in and try it. It doesn't take long, obviously. I mean, we've done this one a couple of times just goofing around with it. The only other thing about this is that it does require Canva Pro. Now, let's talk about that. Let's say you need to do this, but you don't have Canva Pro, and you're not in a situation where you can, pay for it right now. And hey, that we've all been there. That's going to happen. You can't keep, paying all these different things. There's two ways that you can still do this without a long-term commitment. One is, if you haven't already done it, you can get the Canva Pro trial for, I think it's 30 days. So if you think about it, if you thought ahead a little bit, you could knock off several of these completely legit using all the functionality of Canva Pro and test driving some other stuff that it has. And then if you don't need it after that, you don't have to keep paying for Pro. Well, you don't have to start paying for Pro, right? You use it for the 30 days, get whatever you can out of it, and at that point, you'll just revert back to your free copy. No harm, no foul. So that's totally fine. The other thing is, if you have done that already, of course you can't do that multiple times in general. But what you can do is you can pay for a month. I think it's what, $12 or something like that for a month. So, you scrape together the $12, you do whatever for a month, and then you cancel it at the end of the month. And then again, they're not going to have any problem with that. That's the way their service is built. So you can get in and you can do what you need to do for a period of time, and then jump out of it again until you need it again. So, it's not that you are in any way, shape, or form limited. I just wanted to look because I thought I saw something else over here that was... Okay, so here's another way that you can use this kind of thing. I was like, do they really have this now? Again, every time the closer I look at Canva, the more I find I love. So, the other thing that you can use this for is smart mockups. Let me just make sure I saved this. I did. So, smart mockups. I wonder if I can... Yeah, I guess we're going to have to go into this one by one. You know how you see those ads all the time, right? Oh, look, it's even done it for me. Damn, this company is so smart, right? Where the phone has got your product on it, right? Or the shirt has got your product on it. I mean, this is not the right size because I just picked a generic size. Right, so here it is on a t-shirt. So you can actually test this out. So, okay, maybe not a picture of Ruby and Murphy, but let's say it was your product and you wanted to see what it looked like on a t-shirt. Or, it's your website and you wanted to put it on the phone. Or, whatever else they've got on here. Let's see what else they've got. So if you wanted to test it, as a card. Wow, they really do have some pretty good stuff here. If you wanted to see it as art on the wall. Like, you can actually present your product... or even your service, right? If you're a photographer, you could show little examples of your service, like what it would look like hanging on the wall in context. This is so valuable for your customers because some people have trouble picturing how they would use your product or how it would look in their environment or how this would end up turning out. And so using something like this, you can take your art and you can put it in here and you can try it on all kinds of different things. So let's see. All right, so we're back to the clothing. So this particular one, but she's got a jacket and a hat on. Hoodies. So this is another case where, okay, that was not good placement, but I'm sure we can adjust it. But you could then again take whatever it is that you're selling and put it into one of these environments and put the context around it for your customer, which will help them visualize how they would benefit from it in lots of different ways. So if you think about this from an advertising standpoint, do you know how much it would cost, like, mock this up and do it this way? A fortune. And of course, and the nice thing about it is you could play with it, because it's like, okay, well, the placement and all that is a little off. I would probably want to change some of the cropping and all that, and I can do all of that right here in this tool. So I just wanted to give you some ideas on how you can use this and show you how incredibly freaking easy it is to go in and knock out what was a fairly complicated background just using their tool, just clicking away on it and being ready to go. And if you are going to, stay in here and use it, you can see it, like you can use it inside of Canva without any problem. Like it's already designed to go ahead and do this kind of stuff. Now I'm like, okay, now I'm going to be playing with this the rest of the night because there's all kinds of fun stuff I can do with it. But I'll finish talking to you first. So, this is the way to do it. And then if it's not, if your goal is not to continue using it inside of Canva, that's okay, because you can bring your photo in, take out the background, download it, and then go and take it wherever you want, do whatever you want with it, send it to whoever you need to. It's all set to go, and really no muss, no fuss. All right, so hopefully that will spark some ideas for you and maybe give you something to maybe go play with. And if you have any questions, if you need any help, if you're looking for other ideas about this kind of stuff, you can always reach out to me. I'm right here, youratechcoach.net. There's a contact form there. Let me know what your question, your comment. Are you done? Thank you. Okay, I guess somebody wants to eat. So don't hesitate. Go ahead, reach out if you have a question about this. If you're looking for some ideas, if you're running into problems with it, reach out, let me know. Or if you have a topic, if you have a question, if you have something you want me to cover on the show, just let me know, and I'm more than happy to do that. I hope everybody is well, and we will talk again soon. Bye. Are we done now, Murphy? Are we good?